website are those of the host, guest, and participants, and they are not necessarily those of or endorsed by the network, its affiliated stations and broadcast, management, or advertisers of the network. The show is found under LGA Broadcasting Network. UFO Talk Radio can, but does not necessarily promote any particular lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only, and they are not intended to treat or diagnose or claim to cure any disease or condition, or give any medical or legal advice. All music is purchased and owned by LGA Broadcasting.
I got the windows rolled down, got the radio up, and I'm heading out of Vegas tonight. And it's a 1:30 on a 4-day run, and the desert is a welcome sight. I can see you there in that dress you wear, and it's keeping my foot on the gas. I drink a gallon of Joe just to make it back home and hold you in my arms at last. There's a full moon shining, lighting up the highway like a beacon to you. If I can make it on time, past some moonlit state line, roll a diesel right on through.
You're listening to Glenn Larry on UFO Talk Radio from the LGA Broadcasting Networks. Are you ready? What you are about to experience is real. Right along with us. From deep in the desert of Nevada, The Glenn Larry Show.
I'm here, everybody. I want to welcome everybody out there. We had some really weird problems earlier tonight trying to get on Facebook and everything else and YouTube. Finally, we got on it, at least YouTube, so you can hear our show. We're going to have a great show. It's called Open Talk Line, and I've never done this before. And my life, I'll tell you. And let me shut off this other station. I have an AM FM on my side, part 15. Imagine that. All over Good Springs, Nevada, the great town of Good Springs. Yeah, beautiful place. I want to remind you that to everybody out there listening from where you're at, may it be evening, nighttime, what have you, you're on K-Ghost Radio, FM 101.3 AM 1610, and on all the different stations that I have, except tonight, we're not on Facebook. Well, because of this StreamYard situation, something happened, a glitch. It does happen. We're all ready to go, and all of a sudden, bing, 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 bing. I go, oh, my goodness gracious. I don't freak out anymore. I figured, well, it's just radio, and anything can happen. It will happen. I'll promise you for sure. To all my friends out there, again, I want to say thank you to everybody out there, UFO Talk Radio Broadcasting, to everyone, to all the folks out there listening, small broadcasters, the folks out there that really care about K-Ghost Radio, UFO Talk Radio. That's us. And again, we're going to have a good show. Our show tonight is going to be about anything. You call in. Let's talk about it. If you want to talk about it, the phone number is 702-874-1114. And I'll have him get that number out.
To talk with Glenn Larry, deep in the desert of Nevada. Lines are open at 1-702-874-1114. That's 702-874-1114.
I do bid you
now,
all welcome.
Here again, Glenn Larry.
Thank you so much, Ross. I do bid you all welcome from whatever town you're in, or what time zone you're in, to all the night drivers out there, the truck drivers, and all the side benders, all the ham radio guys out there in W60 Baker. I know who he is. Of course, you do too. K6RCL, Galita. Yes. All the ham people and all the affiliates out there. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Yeah, things have been happening crazy in the United States. Things are going a little off tilt. Is it real news or is it fake news? What is it? I mean, I could sit home and watch the news and turn another channel on and another channel, turn the YouTube channels on, and have all the different channels they have out there. And it's completely opposite, similar, or off tilt. Now, I'm telling you, what's the real news? What's real? Is it real or is it not real? What do they want you to believe in society and where we're going, how we're going down that road to be, okay, I get it. Oh, I don't get it. Oh, what's that? Who am I going to vote for? What's that all about? You know what I'm saying? I got a guy on the line here, and we call him the big guy. Are you there with me, buddy?
Hey, Glenn. Yeah, I'm here. Good to hear
If
your
you get
voice.
a little closer to your microphone, I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, can you hear me better now?
Yeah, much better. You know,
Oh, great.
it's so much going on, and I apologize. We're off Facebook. I guess maybe someone will pick it up, or we'll send it over to them for the show. But
Yeah.
we're on a lot of different channels, and we're on all different stations all over the world. And I want folks to be able to call in. I don't know. There is so much crap out there in the news. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, no, I have to agree with you. I mean, I think it's unfortunate. I think all of your listeners, and well, first of all, I love the format. I love your UFO stuff and all that. I try to listen when I can. But this is really fun tonight. So, I think you have intelligent viewers and listeners, and I think everyone knows that something's going on. I don't think it's a mystery anymore, a secret that in the past 10, 20 years plus, the news networks are not really news networks. I mean, they put their own spin on things based on, right?
Yes.
Based on who their sponsors are. I mean, Big Pharma sponsors a lot of CNN. So it's like, not surprisingly, you won't see anybody being interviewed on CNN that's anti-Big Pharma, right? So it's really all about money and power and control.
Yes.
And I think that's why independent media like you, if you want to call yourself that, I think you can tonight, certainly, because, other nights too, but especially tonight, because let's just get on and talk about free speech. And
I'm having open lines, which is pretty crazy. And I've never done this before.
I love it, yeah.
I've always been the UFO and ghost and all that. But what's crazy is to be able to talk about this in a freedom of whatever. I don't want any bad language. We're not taking any parts of anything, as you just said. We're not Republican or Democrat or whatever, you know. We're going to talk about, hey, man, I'm the average Joe. What's going on? What the hell's going on? Where am I at? You know what I'm saying? And it's confusing. It is so confusing.
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry, Glenn.
Go ahead. You're good.
Yeah, and pardon me. I agree with you. But I think that's why these days we really need to support independent media more and more. And now, are they telling the 100% truth? No, they may be somewhat biased too, but we need to all think for ourselves more importantly now than ever, and just not take the government's word for it or mainstream media, certainly their word for it, because they're definitely biased on both sides. Like you say, it's not a Republican, it's not a Democratic thing, and that's what we need to understand. We have so much in common. The 95% of us, even if we may disagree, we have a lot in common. We all love freedom.
Yes.
We all love the right to have free speech.
Yes.
And what's wrong with asking for in particular right now, I know all of your listeners are well aware of the border issue. I mean, it's becoming a big, big issue more and more. And it's like, what is wrong with states when the federal government is failing for whatever reason to do the job of protecting the citizens? What's wrong with the state stepping in and saying, well, if you aren't going to do it, we will,
I get it. Yeah. I'm just showing off my flag that was sent by Chief Hall about America, all the law enforcement and all the dispatcher, EMS, all those folks, that send me stuff in the mail. Yeah. I get a lot of stuff in the mail, by the way. I can't put it all in the studio, folks. I mean, I just got so much space and that's it. But, I got a lot of stuff here. So, but sincerely, what you just said, yeah, come on, man. I mean, we're all in the same boat, really,
Well, that's exactly right, Glenn. We are all in the same boat, and that's why we need to understand. Let's stop being so divisive and saying what we don't like about each other or accuse someone of lying. And this, like, if you know the facts, then just bring the facts, make your case.
You can have your own opinion, so that's fine. Whatever, absolutely. Come on. Everybody has their own inside feelings.
Well, yeah, that's true too. Sometimes it's just a feeling, and that's okay. But it's best just to bring facts to a conversation and not be emotional and not be hateful and not be divisive. Just talk about things. And so, I'm anxious to hear from other listeners if you have other callers.
I hope that they are listening. I hope that they will call in.
Yeah, please call in.
God darn it, we're not on Facebook. That's a lot of our people right now.
Yeah,
I apologize. But it wouldn't come up. We had some problems in the studio. I go, just look at it. Boom, we're on. We're on time. We got YouTube. Let's take it. Whatever. And a couple other stations are calling up and saying, we got you. You're live, so it's good. But it's kind of scary. And I've been here for half an hour and 45 minutes getting this on the air. I go, what's going on? We're not clicking, what's not working, and what have you. But at least we're on YouTube, and that's a big one. Yeah, it does happen. That's radio. It's all part of the game, I guess, or the stress of the game.
Even the big stations go down sometimes. We have glitches. So
I do ask for everybody to subscribe and like us, and also to send donations. We need it really badly because it pays the electrical bill here for the station, and that's it. Trust me,
sure.
God, things have gone up. I'll tell you, I'm stressing, but hey, I might have to get on the job doing something or whatever. I might be selling the honey on the corner, but I'll do it. I don't care. Whatever it takes to keep me on the air, I'll do it. But
I know you love it so much. You've been doing it since you were young. You've been doing radio and television, Larry. Mm-hmm. So this is your deal,
Yeah, it is.
But so it's like we need to look at what we have in common. Like, say that the farmers in Germany right now are really, really coming together.
Yes.
Because the government there is trying to. I forget exactly the details over there. So maybe one of the callers can call in, but or chat, but on YouTube. But it just we need to all come together and support each other, and not fall for these labels of right wing or they're domestic terrorists. It's like, no, don't fall for that. Don't fall for that. We can't fall for these lines that the mainstream media hands out and try to censor us and keep us quiet, because we just aren't going to fall for it anymore. Like the lies about the Vietnam War that got us involved in there, the Gulf of Tonkin, that was a lie. The weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, that was a lie. So we have to understand that the government's not, the people really running the show, it's not Biden. It's the big money. It's the big money.
When you explain, for my folks out there, when you say big money, what is big money? It's not my paycheck. What is big money?
Right. No, yeah. Well, big money would be like any big, like military industrial complex, like
and explain that to my people, because maybe they don't understand that. Please.
Sure. Well, of course, that's semantics, but what is big money? You're right. Is it $1 billion? Is it $10 billion? Of course, the more the merrier, because the more money someone has, or a group of individuals or corporations have, the more they can influence the direction of a country or a community or the world. And that's what they've been doing for years, but more so in the past 10 or 20. Why do you think we have endless wars in Afghanistan? For instance, 3 American soldiers, but do you know that the 3 soldiers that were killed in Syria and on the border of Syria and Jordan are from Arizona?
No.
Those are Arizona.
What?
Yes, Arizona National Guards are in Jordan and Syria. Does that make any sense to you?
No.
Meanwhile, their border is being overrun by migrants. We want to call them illegal, but migrants who want to come here. We get it. But it's like, we can't just have people coming over the border. Well, the Arizona National Guard is in Syria and Jordan, watching over 15,000 Syrian, people that have been detained for whatever reason. That's what Tower 22 is. Tower 22 is on the border of Jordan and Syria,
mm-hmm.
and that's where the 3 American soldiers were killed by that drone attack. And they were all from the Arizona National Guard. What are they doing over there?
Right next door. Just like anywhere, any other war, you may have a neighbor dies in the whatever war, Vietnam. I don't want anybody to die, for God's sake. God. And
they're dying for no
we're we're boots on the ground, and they're getting it's happening. Unbelievable.
And it's all without our authorization, and sometimes without Congress's authorization. I'm not pointing the finger at Biden or Trump or Obama. It's like a lot of presidents just do whatever they feel like it, instead of having it come up for a vote in front of Congress, like they should, and say, is this war reasonable? Is this a just reason to invade or kill other people, and have our own people killed? Yes or no? But what are these people doing over there? Why do we have 100 bases around the world? For what reason? It's all about control and power and stealing other countries' resources. I don't approve of that.
Well, you may not, but there's others that do. that feel differently than you do, of course. And that's what this show's all about. We want to hear the side of everybody wants to talk tonight about this.
Yes.
I have open
Yes.
lines, and I've never done this before, as you know. And I want to hear some stuff if you guys are interested tonight, what have you, because it's only an hour and whatever. If we go over a little bit, it's fine.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, the consideration of war, we do not want war anywhere. We don't want any deaths, whatever, what have you. The tradition rate of people dying can be high or low. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But it's lives. These are human souls.
Yeah, and it's just not American. Some people think, oh, American life.
No, it doesn't matter who they are. Life's a life, for God's sake.
100% agree
You know,
with you.
if I hold a gun on you as a police officer and I have to shoot you because I for my own life, myself, you're going down. Well, you know what? You know how bad that officer feels? What happens to him inside the rest of his life? He took a life. You took a life. Now, war, I understand in the war, it's it's an ongoing thing. And I know, God, I'm sorry, I do not know. But there are those that in war that take in battle, defending themselves. I mean, it's got to be just a heavy toll the rest of their lives. I'm serious. I understand. I've had soldiers tell me, man, you have no idea the strength, but the psyche goes into all that. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, I want some vets to call in too. Anybody's going to call in. Please call in and talk. My whole thing is this: we don't want war. We want peace, and the world peace is the best thing could ever happen to anybody in the whole world. It will happen. I doubt it, but we can pray for that. I'm a Christian, and I love God. And I love Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit. The whole thing is that my whole prayers is to heal the hate in this world. Without hate, you know, you're not going to have the war. You can diplomatically talk, you know, whatever. You know, a big guy. I'm asking you one thing. Okay, we're in now. What's going on overseas now? If you would.
Yeah, no, and I totally agree with you. It's amazing when, like, people actually get together and talk and compromise and move forward with peace in their mind and prosperity and the health of every human being on the planet.
Yes.
Instead of big corporations behind it, we can have peace. But people need to call in now. People need to speak up now. I mean, people don't understand that if they keep being silent, in 10 years, the United States especially is going to look a lot different than it is now. I'm telling you right now. So what's going on? Yeah, I mean, like say the farmers in Germany are they're getting shafted. You know what I'm saying? And now then the government of Germany backed down because I forget some changes, so I apologize. But there's going to be some major changes where the farmers will start getting cut out of a lot of the money they were supposed to make in 1 year, like this year. And so the German government said, okay, wait, well, we'll do it over a 3-year period. Well, the farmers are like, well, that doesn't help us. We're still losing out. You know, so they're just protesting over there. And of course, they're being labeled right-wing extremists and domestic terrorists. And that's what the mainstream media puts labels on these people to silence them. Say, oh, they're just right-wing nuts. They're just right-wing this. And the same with the left wing, too. A lot of the left wing have some good points. So just to label them all extremists is not wrong. It's not right, you know. So we need to understand, let's cut through the labels. Let's cut through the BS.
Right.
And see people for what they are. If they have a good, valid point of facts, bring the facts. Let's talk about it. Let's discuss about it.
Right.
Let's discuss it. I'm a moderate. So, I mean.
Well, I'm open to anything that can be done, but who's listening in DC? Who's listening on these boards? Who's listening to these councils and everybody, House and Senate? Who's really listening? Are they listening? I know that they are. I know they do what they can. You know, but where is the fine line that's really been told what's really going on?
Here's the thing, Glenn. I think, sure, they're listening. But unless people really get upset, I mean, really, and we're not talking about violence, but we're talking about standing up, speaking out, and not yelling, but just really saying, when the election comes up again, if you're going to vote for these wars again, I'm voting for your opponent. I don't care who your opponent is. I'm going to just vote on the one issue. If you're going to keep sending our people to die and kill other innocent people in some other faraway land just so you can steal their resources in my name with my tax dollars, I'm voting against you. I'm with you there. Yeah, and if people really stand up and do that, believe me, these Congress people and senators will start to go, uh-oh,
Yeah.
because they
Yeah.
they got a great life. They got a great life.
Well,
You don't
yeah,
think
like I've heard before from you. You were saying that once they win elections, they're going to be running for office again.
oh, and that's all they do. Do you know that about 70 or 80% of their time, this has been documented by different senators and Congress people over the years, that what their day is like. Their day is like they're on the phones, they're chatting with their sponsors, their backers, the big money that we talk about, whether it's big pharma, those industrial complex, all the big money corporations, and then they vote their way because who pays their bills? How do they get reelected? Not by you and I sending in $25. They laugh at us. They're like, who cares about your money?
That's a
They
sandwich.
don't they don't represent us,
Sorry.
and they haven't really for years. But they certainly represent the big corporations, and we need to just take the money out of politics. We really need to take money out of politics.
Yeah, I get all that. It takes a lot to run a campaign, not only for that, for their folks that work behind the scenes and all that. It's a lot of work. It really is.
Sure, of course. And that's fine. We don't mind that. But if you limit the amount, this is what I would do: limit the amount you can spend on a campaign. In other words, we know something's no good when they're spending $1 billion or $2 billion or whatever it is on presidential campaigns, or even just a congressional campaign that represents roughly 100,000 people.
Right.
They're spending $45, $50 million on a congressional district election. Come on, it's tainted. It's not to represent the people.
Well, I mean, we saw that with the Trump thing. That we see so much happening in this whole newer. I don't know. It did not used to be this way. I mean, we all know that. I mean, for God's sake, wake up. We never had an election like this in our lifetime. I mean, we're having it now, but I mean, in the past, I go, wow, he won, he didn't win, he didn't win, whatever it is. But it's got to be regulated properly and really looked at, because there's a lot of hanky-panky going on. I don't care what side it is. It's something going on. And I need to cap it, take care of it. I'm the type of guy that says, I put my vote in the box, count the vote right there. I'm not mailing anything. I'm bringing it I'm going to vote right. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care about this electrical, what do you call it? The vote. I mean, the whole thing is,
digital voting machines
add it up, baby. Add it up. That's what it is.
You're right. And that's what they did in the old days too. You're right.
Yeah. And that's who's going to win. And I think America's tired of that. They want that now because they're tired of it,
right.
And we have to get control of whoever wins, Republican, Democrat, what have you. I don't care, but it's got to be counted right, because that's the vote that counts. And that's what I'm going for. I'm going to go down and vote and put it right in the box. Yeah, right there. I'm not mailing anything in. Anything like that. The whole thing is this, that you got to be able to care and give what you have in the spirit of getting down your car, drive down there, and get in your car, drive down there, and vote, for God's sake. Because if you don't, well, I don't know if I have a problem getting mail here at the house. How about the ballot going down there? Hello, Paul Harvey. I mean, I love the guy. Anyway, but that's the way I think. That's the way I am. So if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But on the other thing, what's going on in the with Iraq? What's going on over there?
No, just real quick to follow up.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Exactly. Americans need to take the effort. I don't care if you walk, like carpool, drive your car, get on a bus, get there. It's 1 day, not even 1 day a year you vote. So get down there, take care of it. Otherwise, you may lose your
right to vote. And believe me, to be able to vote, have that right, that's important as an American, because we have that right. Some countries don't. Hello?
No, you're 100% right. A lot of countries don't have.
No.
So, with Iran,
Finally got that fly. I'm sorry.
No, with Iran, that's a delicate situation. Obviously, it's been proxy wars for a long time with them. Whether they've been attacking us in Iraq, but again, if we aren't even there, how will they attack us? Well, they probably couldn't or wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why are we?
And why are we there?
We're stealing their resources. We invaded Iraq so that we can set up international corporations to steal their oil, sell it, and you didn't make any money from it. Actually, it costs you money because you're paying for the military, right?
Now, I want to remind everybody, this is your view, by the way. And well, I'm asking these questions because you have some
Right.
answers, and then people want to hear about that.
Right.
We're gonna throw it into their lap. That's what they think. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I want them to know that this is not the view of me or my station. This is a gentleman I have on the air right now.
Yeah.
Very knowledgeable, and I do thank you so very much, by the
Well,
way.
thank you for that. I appreciate it.
And
I don't like getting on here, but I'd like to hear other opinions too. And
yeah,
again, as long as they have some facts and they can speak to facts.
exactly.
I mean, if somebody can convince me that
Mhm.
we invaded Iraq to get rid of weapons of mass destruction, I'd like to hear it, and based on what facts? Because there are none. But if they have some, please bring it forward. It's been 20 years. I've been waiting to see facts for that.
We've already
And
lost some lives right now. I don't know if you heard that. Lost some lives already. Americans.
Some
Yeah.
lives. Yeah,
Mhm.
we lost. How many we lose over there? 4,000, and then about 500,000 Iraqis died.
Yeah.
500,000 innocent people died
Mm-hmm.
because we invaded it for a lie. It was a lie. It's been proven that
I don't know the comparability of what's been going on, of the numbers, mind you, of our soldiers, but other lives be civilians too. Trust me.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They some say it's 1 million Iraqis. Well, I can't say that. I mean, I can't even say 500,000. But I've heard some big estimates, and I don't think it doesn't matter if it's one. But it's been a lot of people that were killed over there, and for no reason. And our soldiers too, of course. And a lot of money too that can be gone. I mean, we have how many millions do we have sleeping on the streets in tents in America?
That's terrible.
Are you kidding? Come on, it's ridiculous.
I mean,
and they want to spend more money to Ukraine.
No,
More
I'd
money-
stop it all.
more money
I'd
to
stop it
Israel
all.
to slaughter and kill the Palestinians with your money, and I just disapprove it.
Yeah. The homeless here are just sad. I mean, I'm serious. I mean, I work for everything I get, work double time, trust me. And I've worked hard, you know what I have. And I have nothing more. I mean, to pay the light bill, it's been a rough time. But what I'm trying to say is that
Me too. I'm not rich. I hear you.
no, but I mean, it saddens me to see these people on the street, and they're all, a lot of them are on heavy drugs, and they really it's a new drug out there now, and some other stuff going on. So they're experimenting on the homeless, are the ones that are on drugs. Let's see what we can give, how that reacts on them, you know. And as a zombie, I've seen all sorts of YouTube channels and stuff, just frightening, scary, unbelievable. And my heart goes out to every one of them. I pray for them. What else can I do? Nothing at this point.
Well, what you can do is what you're doing tonight, Larry, speaking out. And it's good that you're bringing awareness more and more to people. I mean, I know Americans mostly are aware, but we need to really care about these people on the streets that and feel, well, they're just drug addicts. That's again, then you're labeling someone. You don't know what they went through in their life, what their childhood was like,
What happened there, right?
Right, or how were they when they first got on the streets? They got
I probably I talked to a kid the other day. It's on the street. I gave him like $20. It's like that's actually all I had in my wallet. And I go, here you go. Boom, you know. He goes, hey man, I was a chef, man. I worked in this place. I was a chef, and I broke up my girlfriend. I had to find a place. My parents didn't want me back because I had problems with them, and now I'm on the street. And he became on the streets. Couldn't keep his job because he didn't have a place to clean up and what have you. And so it just progressed, you know, got worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
God dang, it hurt me so bad. I mean, it hurt because that could be me. That could have been me back in the day, but I was always an entertainer. And what, you know, I mean, and I hitchhiked in my day, but I survived. If I had a job, I'd get a job somewhere, you know, but they can't get a job. You have no health card. You got this one. And they got a big block wall. They can't even go anywhere. So there's got to be, like, remember back in the day, the CCC camps back in the day in the military. I actually, it was Roosevelt's day. I believe it. Where the guy would get a job, get a place to sleep, and got back on his feet, and off he went. They need to do more stuff like that for these folks that really, and I know they're trying. I know there's certain programs out there they're working on, a lot of relief places, like Catholic Relief, a bunch of stuff. But, you know, we need more of that. We need to take the funding that we're given for war, you know, and pull back and take care of our home. Take care of America. What's wrong with that?
What a thought, right?
Take care of America. It's not like, hey, the politician side of it. It's like, let's really take care of America, our home people. Those people have talent. I don't care. If they don't, we'll get them healed, get them, get them the medication, what they need. But, it's not a free ride. I get that. It's not a free ride. Well, they're going to go to work. They want to work. They want to do something. They really do. A lot of them do. And let's get them back on track, for God's sake.
No, and you're right, Glenn, that a lot of them do want to work, and people label it, oh, they're lazy, they don't want to work, they like being homeless. It's like, no, they don't.
A lot of them do not. Some are in that syndrome. They do.
Yeah, well, they've given up hope, because after being a year or 5, 10 years on the street, you give up hope, and who can blame them? I'd probably be the same way,
I got to go into commercial real fast. We'll be back after this, everybody. K-Ghost Radio, FM 101.3, M1610, Community Hopper Radio in beautiful downtown Spring, part 15. By the way, we are live on YouTube. We're sorry about the Facebook situation. We're working on that. I had a guy out here, he just put his hands in the air. He has no idea. These things do happen. But again, we do thank you. Stand by.
There's no typical meth user. I was from an upper middle class family. Meth is terribly addictive. My first time using it, I was hooked. There was no turning back. I lost my job. I was homeless. I never thought I'd see my family again. I have a great fear of meth because it took so much of me. I mean, it took everything. Meth took over my soul.
Visit our website at drugfree.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug
Mom, you wanted to talk to me?
The calendar hypnosis into thumbtack cushion, completely tailwind. And sewing elephants plant before cartoon paper cups. So numbers renovate.
If your teenager is trying drugs or alcohol, would you know the right words to use?
Afterward, lightly fish scale. Doorbell.
Find out what to say at drugfree.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America.
And we are back with a big guy. I tell him the big guy, Big Johnny. Great guy. Johnny, thank you for being part of the show tonight. I do apologize to all the folks out there that are not hearing us on Facebook. It deeply hurts me because we really tried. We had some problems earlier, and radio's radio. It's always a surprise in radio and broadcasting. Let's give ourselves a hand. Yes, sirree. The big guy. So here we are. Now, in this whole world, we're going to move away from politics, what we've just been talking about. We're going to go on another stage thing, okay? What's kind of fun stuff happening around the world about this UFO stuff and the sightings of these UFOs and what have you. By the way, we're still open lines. Let me do this for you, John. Stand by one. All right, let's just see what happens.
To talk with Glenn Larry, deep in the desert of Nevada, lines are open at 1-702-874-1114. That's 702-874-1114. Now, here again, Glenn Larry.
And I am back, but hit the prompt
lines
number.
are open at 775-990-8275. That's 775-990-8275. For lines are open at 775-990-8275.
What a great guy, that guy. I'll tell you, Ross Mitchell, what an unbelievable talent. This guy has, he's been on all the shows, of course. You've heard him on Art Bell, you've heard him on Rogan, all those different, it's great. He did this for me because he enjoyed the show. So what a great guy, I'll tell you. Anyway, so we have a lot of things going on in the universe. Things are popping in the sky. More and more are being seen, and they're saying it's not ours. And I'll guarantee you it's not ours. So where are we at this point, you think, Jonathan? Mr. Big Guy? Big, what do you think?
Big Fat Johnny.
Big Fat John. Yeah, well, I'm okay. I'll use that. Is that okay? Is that okay with you?
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Big
People
Fat,
think that,
Big Fat
you're
Johnny.
Big Fat Johnny.
It's
Because it's honest. We believe in honesty.
yeah.
And I'm big.
Well,
fat
you're
Johnny.
not fat. Well, you're a little
I'm
overweight.
I'm a little pudgy. I'm a little pudgy.
I lost
I'm
weight.
a little pudgy.
A pudgy guy, not
I'm
faithful.
pudgy.
You know.
I'm
Let's tell the
I'm
audience.
not-
Let's
I'm
let the
not-
audience know that we're entertainers. Of course, we are.
Oh yeah, it's fun to do voices.
And John,
Yeah.
big guy here. I'll just call you the big. I like the big guy thing.
I
that
like
work?
I
That
like
work?
it too.
All right.
It's fun. Yeah.
You do voices. I hear voices, but that's another story.
Yeah.
Or taking medicine for that. Just joking.
Is it true that you've actually somehow, I won't say it's your fault, but 16 psychiatrists have quit on you? Is that true?
Yeah, really.
Wow. I thought I was doing good.
They're now going to swap meets.
They're going to swap meets and tooling on themselves.
Paul Lynn, Uncle Arthur, love people.
I like the way you talk, Paul. Mm-hmm. Do you like French fried taters and mustard? Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's really good. That's Billy Bob.
Yeah, I like Sling Blade. I like that Sling Blade. Yeah.
Good evening. My name is Gregory Peck. It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. Blue-eyed boys with black hair.
That's
It's-
a great one. I love hearing you, Gregory. What a great actor you were. Unbelievable. And you live here in I'm in California.
Well, I don't know, but I've got 4 shots left.
You were rich
play-
and famous.
play
just
Misty
like
for
many
me.
people in Los Angeles. You're full of lifestyles of the rich and famous.
I don't know. Love.
Jimmy Store's the name, and I really enjoy people and Harvey, Puka Rabbit. You know, it's a big
Yeah, out of boy, Clarence.
What's up, big boy?
Big boy.
Clarence the Angel. He was a drunkard. That's another story.
Oh, that's one of my favorite movies.
Mine too. That's my favorite Christmas. You know, he's got his wings. You guys, you know, I heard the bell.
Attaboy, Clarence. Yeah, remember that? Every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
Well,
Attaboy, Clarence.
I'm so happy for that, Clarence. You know, and now put down the bottle, would you? Yeah.
Stop drinking so much. Mm.
It's fun. You know, it's fun to cut up. People have never seen this side of me before on
Yeah,
YouTube
awesome.
and stuff.
I know
So
people don't know how many talents you have. Which,
Yeah.
you know,
I've been blessed. You know, I did the Elvis Mania shows back in the day. It was
yeah, you
huge.
did that for a long time.
Did very well with that. And but I don't go around looking like Elvis like a lot of guys do. I mean, they just can't drop it. But some guys just relate to it. I guess it's in their being. You know, Elvis was a gorgeous man, for God's sake. I mean, there's 2 people: Jesus Christ, number 1, and Elvis. That's who they remember. They're not remembering Franklin Roosevelt, for God's sake. You know, I mean,
They're both good looking. They're both good looking.
yesterday, December 7th. You know, the whole thing. You know. But I do all the presidents, by the way. I don't know if I told you that, but I do all the different presidents: Kennedy, Johnson. This is a sad time. Johnson, you know, I mean, it's fun. I got to get into it. You know,
Have you heard my Lincoln?
I don't get a bang out of that one. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Literally, it was a bang. Yeah. No, when he got shot, he went, "Ouch!" And so that's my impersonation. of
It's
Lincoln.
an opie. That was an opie.
That hurt. Ouchie. Mary,
No,
your
I'm
mind
sorry,
is-
folks. I'm trying to be serious about the show and stuff, but it can be
Mary,
crazy. Why not?
Mary.
Why not have fun? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And the lines are open. Let's do the line thing
yeah,
again.
let's get a call.
Here we go. Come on, Ross.
To talk with Glenn Larry, deep in the desert of Nevada. Lines are open. at 1-702-874-1114. That's 702-874-1114. Now, here again, Glenn Larry.
I love people.
I like the way he talks.
Oh, isn't he good? He is so
He's good,
fantastic.
but could you actually? What's his name again? The announcer.
Ross Mitchell is his
Ross.
name.
Can you tell Ross to get if it's possible,
God.
just get a deeper deeper voice though, because it's not that deep. You know?
Yeah, he could probably play with the Elvis folks back then. He would have been a real good singer.
I don't know. That's an amazing voice.
Senator JD. I mean, he would have been very close to that. Probably, I guarantee it. You know.
I agree with you. You're right. You got any mashed potatoes or French fried potatoes and mustard over there?
God, I love that voice. That's great.
That's a fun one.
You know what's going on in Hollywood? By the way, have you been checking out on what they're doing in Hollywood these days? I don't know. Larry King. What's going on in Hollywood? No, I'm serious.
Go ahead,
caller.
Maryland.
Yeah, from Maryland. Go ahead.
Right. This
Go
is
ahead.
Larry King reporting live from hell. Now, hopefully he's in heaven or maybe in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. So go ahead. You know anything of what's going on in Hollywood? I guess you know what they're up to. I know.
Oh, I don't pay attention.
I don't either. But you live down there in that area, man. You're right next door.
I'm next door. We're in West LA, and I'm lucky. But they won't allow me in Hollywood anymore because they insist I wear clothes. So, they're so strict.
Winchell's just moved your way. The Winchell
Put
don't.
on your clothes. Put on your clothes, Taylor.
That's funny. Oh my God. And San Diego had a lot of water, had a lot of the flood really hit those people pretty bad. I understand that rains. And they have a storm coming in big time on their way, I guess, tomorrow, next day. It's going to be really rough. And so button down the hatches, as they would say.
They were predicting some rain for tomorrow, next day, but they kind of backed off that. But there is some coming in next Monday, Tuesday. We'll have your 7-day forecast right after.
Yeah. Bear with us, folks. This is a good show. We're not trying to, if you have children, they won't know what that means. Oh, it's a sewing thing. It's a sewing thing. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, the number 4.
You understand when you get a little older.
I like how they started using a few years ago. Did you ever notice this on the weather forecast? They start calling them atmospheric rivers. It's like
atmospheric river coming in. The highs and lows today, you'll never see that. It's going to happen. You may go your way, or may not.
Just tell us.
It's like an iffy. It's never know. Weather. Where's the weather?
I just miss the old weather people. Just give us the weather.
Yeah.
The high tomorrow, the low that.
Folks, to make sure.
That's all. Don't make yourself up.
You're listening to You are listening to K Ghost Radio FM 101.3 AM 1610 Community Hobby Radio, beautiful downtown Good Springs, part 15, by the way. And we're live on YouTube. The Facebook thing's not going. We are still on live on a lot of other stations, by the way. And but we want to thank everybody for tuning in. It's about 15 to the top of the hour, almost there. We got 7:44 in the evening. And I'm with the big guy, Johnny, the big guy. And but I what else is on the news? I want some callers. Come on, give us a call in here. You want to talk about something? Let's get it out there. Now normally on Facebook we would get probably more callers because they're live. People tune into that. But we're on YouTube. We have some followers there, but people get us later on sometimes. Yeah. And we got a call. Let's see what we got here. Hey, got live one. We got live one. Hello, caller. Where you from? And what's your name? What do you want to talk about? Go ahead.
Hello, Glenn. This is Barbara.
Hello, Barbara. How are you?
I'm doing well. My son told me you guys are on the YouTube tonight.
Yeah, we are. We had problems with the face. I don't know what it's. I don't know. My engineer's like pulling his hair out.
Oh, well, Dustin called me, or you texted me, and he said your friend, the radio guy, is on YouTube.
Big Johnny.
Hello?
The big guy.
Hello?
Oh, hello, Johnny.
Big guy.
Hello?
Big
guy.
Hey, Barbara. How are you? This is big Johnny. How you
Hi,
doing?
good Johnny. Nice to talk to you. I was just telling Glenn that my son texted me and said that he saw you on the YouTube. So we decided to tune in.
Yeah, that's great.
We just finished with dinner, and we sometimes we'll watch Glenn on the TV.
Oh yeah.
The YouTube on the TV, Glenn.
Oh yeah. I'm here. I'm listening to you. I can wave at you if you see us. Hello.
I do. That's wonderful. That's wonderful, Glenn. Anyway, I was listening before. You guys were something about the homeless and the terrible situation with these people. And
Yes.
I agree, it's a terrible thing. But you do have to acknowledge that some of these people, they like to be homeless.
Yeah. Sad.
They like the no rules.
No rules. I mean, no rules.
They come and go as they please. Because my brother is a pastor of a church in Texas, and they do some homeless shelter work. And but you have to abide by their rules, and you have to be in there and follow the rules. No drinking. They're coming in on a curfew, and they will help people. But Glenn, some people don't want to follow the rules, Glenn.
Well, I understand all that, and
they just rather just live on this, live their life and do what they want to do, and dig in the dumpster for food and panhandle.
But I mean, I know it's not acceptable for us to see or whatever, what have you, but some of these people need medical help and mental help.
Probably so. I will agree with you there. But like for example, that San Francisco is terrible.
It's very bad. For God's sake.
The homeless are all over the place.
To talk with Glenn Larry, deep in the desert of Nevada. Lines are open at 1.
You're good. You hang on. We'll just get Ross off here. I apologize.
Hello?
We're here. We apologize.
Barbara, let me just jump in too. Barbara, I agree with you too. There's a small percentage, maybe 10%, that enjoy the freedom of being, doing what they want to do. And you're right. Not everybody. You're right. Yeah.
But then again, Steve, I don't know if you heard Steve.
I heard him in the background, for God's sake.
Well, he had said that we were talking about San Francisco, and Steve had said they cleaned it up for the Chinese man, the Chinese leader.
The what?
Right.
The Chinese leader. I don't know. I don't remember his name.
President Xi. Yeah.
No, Steve, it's not that.
Yeah. So they cleaned up the city, particularly when
So they clean the. So they clean the.
They got rid of all the homeless people because they have this the leader of China coming, and they wanted to make it all nice and pretty for them, so they can do it for the Chinamen, but why don't they just do it for the people of California?
That's interesting. Yeah,
you're right, Bob. Yeah,
that's very interesting.
Yeah, they do it for the Chinese guy. Steve said they do it for the Chinese guy, but I agree. They were able to get that done. I don't know what they did or where they I don't know where they put the people, but they cleaned it up.
They sure did.
It's possible. I don't know if they put it under the rug or what. I don't know. I don't know
under the rug.
Did,
under
but
the
it's
rug.
possible.
Yeah. Well, where did they?
San Francisco was a beautiful city. We used to go there and be able to walk downtown, and there was, and I don't have a problem with the gay people. They're very clean, and they were very attractive looking people, and it was just always so beautiful down there.
Yeah.
And now it's terrible. Yeah, it's dirty. There are people pooping everywhere. He said there's poop everywhere.
Yeah. I think needles and all sorts of stuff. And yet they could clean that up.
Hold on.
Go ahead. Big guy, go ahead.
Oh no, I agree with Barbara and is it Steve? Yeah, I mean it's true. You're right. If you can clean up for 10 days for this big conference they had up there with President Xi Jinping from China. Sorry if that's the wrong name, but all these other leaders. I think it's Xi Jinping. I think is the name.
Hold on.
Ping something.
But regardless, it was the leader of China, and if you can clean it up for 10 days, you're right. And that's the problem, Barbara, that they're having in a lot of cities that and the viewers and listeners know. Phoenix, Arizona, Los Angeles, California. It's not just San Francisco. If you want to be homeless, that's fine, but do not set up your tent in front of a business that's trying to do business. It hurts.
Absolutely, it's disgusting.
It's disgusting, and it scares people too. It's smelly. It's scary. and we aren't against these people, but there needs to be a zone where they can go set up a tent. That's fine, but not in front of a business or a home. You know what I'm saying?
Go
There has to be
camping,
different
for
zones.
Christ's sake.
Right.
I mean,
Well,
if you have a tent, go to the place. I mean, if they can't afford to pay the fees for camping, then that's fine. Let them camp. But
Right.
yes, I agree. I mean, I don't look down on it, but it's hard not to. I'm being honest as a human.
Right.
Well, I get all that, but
we need to support. Yeah, we need to support the business people because that's who pay the taxes. And the people that own the homes pay the taxes. So we can't have people just camping in front of these homes, camping in front of the businesses. Like I say, we respect the people. We feel bad for these people, but they can't.
I feel
also
bad, but I don't want to give them any money because then they're like, it's like they'll stay there. They think, oh, this is a great place to panhandle.
I'll get more money.
Yeah, no, that's
What did he say? What did he say?
He said they'll never leave then.
No, that's true. That's a good point. It's
That's
kind of
true.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's like when I'm not putting them like animals, but in a way we are animals, humans. And so if you feed them in a certain area,
I feel bad
they
for
go?
them, but sometimes Steve just doesn't even pay them any mind.
Right.
Steve says they smell terrible.
Well, maybe they haven't. Well, it's it happens. I mean, they're having babes and they're on the street. For God's sake, someone should be taking care of or help these. I don't know what the answer is. The big guy, Barbara, I don't know.
I mean, the government can build large things for specific situations, but I don't know what they can't they just help the people. I mean, I'm what is it, Big Jim? Is that what it is?
The big guy, big John.
Guy. I don't. During COVID, I live in Summerlin, so Las Vegas. During COVID, they built this big, almost a football field for a hospital, and they never used it.
Yeah.
Wow.
They spend millions. Well, I don't
Millions of
understand where
dollars.
the money goes. It's terrible.
Yeah, they corrupt government.
Steve says corrupt government.
Yeah, well,
go ahead.
It's darn crazy that all the money that goes out to where? Who really gets that money? Where does those dollar bills go to build what have you?
Well, Steve's right, and we agree with him that, and we know that it's corrupt. Most of the money, whenever our government declares a war on drugs or a war on homeless, there's money being wasted. It's going to the pockets of the friends of the politicians, and the problem doesn't get solved. It doesn't get solved. It's not really hard to solve homelessness and get these people just small, tiny homes. You know how much a tiny home costs? $10,000.
$10,000?
Wow. $10,000. They can build these little tiny homes. They could build 1,000 of those somewhere out like Lancaster, Palmdale here in LA, and they could have their own farms there. They could have their own big
man. Hold on a second, big man. There are people out here that work hard, and they're barely making it by.
Yes.
They work maybe 2 jobs making minimum wage $10, and they could barely pay their rent, and they can't barely buy any food, and then you're going to turn around and give homes to these people. What about the people that are trying?
Well,
I try.
Here's what I'm saying. If we can spend $850 billion on the military, not our veterans, but on the military to go invade another country and kill their people and steal their stuff, we can easily afford to take care of all of our homeless. Easily.
Yeah, that's not a liberal comment from you, right, big guy? That's not a liberal comment from you're stating that if we're putting all this money out for everything else, we can take care of America, our people, correct?
Well, it's not a bad idea, right?
America first.
And if we send money to Ukraine and Israel, we can spend money here on our people. Yeah.
I agree with you. Now, Steve,
the big guy.
Glenn knows that we are conservative here.
Yeah, very.
We are very conservative here in Summerlin, and I'm not going to say he's perfect, but sometimes when you're spending too much and giving away too much, you just got to reel it in a little bit. And that's the way I feel about this situation.
How much do you reel in, by the way?
So reel into spending, Glenn.
Okay. I get it. Okay.
No, I agree with you, Barbara.
I feel that Trump will do that. That's my opinion about it. Now, do I like everything he does? No, I will say there's something Steve does. Steve loves him.
Okay.
Well, I'm a moderate.
Care
So
what
I'm
he
not
does with the women.
I got to go both ways.
Now,
sorry.
here's an interesting tidbit. This is an interesting tidbit. Now, we watch football here. And do you know, Glenn, the last time that Donald Trump and Joe Biden, when they were on the ticket, the last time, that the same two teams were in the Super Bowl. The 49ers and the Chiefs.
Okay.
So at that time, the Chiefs won and Biden won.
Oh.
So we're hoping we're going to flip it out on the other side this time.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, we're
okay.
we're in Las Vegas, by the way. I actually we're out of Vegas. We're deep in the desert of Nevada, but we're this is the team. It's the 49ers.
Interesting or what?
It's the 49ers.
Well, isn't that interesting though? It's the same teams where they're the same teams in the Super Bowl back then too.
Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Now that
I
you
knew it was before, but I know it was 4 years ago. That's interesting.
Yeah. So what the thing is let's flip the script. Of course, it was we had COVID, so we don't want that again.
No, we do not. No, we don't. Barbara, Barbara, it's been.
It was nice talking to you and a big man. And I'm going to get back and we're going to watch our show on TV.
Yeah. And thank you so very much for calling in. We appreciate it. And to your husband, say hello to him over there.
Wait a minute. They say hello and
Steve, hello.
Have a nice evening.
Yeah, he's probably sitting in his chair and drinking a beer, I'm sure.
He's drinking his beer.
Yeah, in his lawn chair in a big, huge garage. Trust me, I've seen it. Unbelievable.
Oh my goodness.
Is he wearing his Wyatt shirt too? What's he wearing? He's a great guy.
His robe on.
He got his robe.
Life is good.
I love. And we do thank you, Barbara, and we support you very much.
Thanks, Barbara.
Have a good night, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Unbelievable.
If you're drinking a beer and you got a robe on, life is good,
And you're in a huge garage and a huge home. I mean, unbelievable. They had a unbelievable parties up there. They have theme parties, They had Gone with the Wind. If you'd seen one of our shows in the past, but she had all the actors. Trust me, and you're going, I mean, my mouth dropped. The girlfriend I was with, she couldn't believe it. They had the gloves on. And these are people of color too, and I'm going, wow. I couldn't believe it. It's just she's so incredible. This lady is incredible, and I don't know. She's just a great laugh. I must say anything more. You guys that know Barbara, you know Barbara. That's all I gotta say. And she's a very special guest when you have her on. When she happened to call, which is fantastic. We don't get a lot of calls from her. She's been, who knows what she's been up to. But anyway, we're on the top of the hour. I want to thank everybody for listening. And those that did not call in, well, that's okay. Some people don't want to call. Sometimes we get 12, 15. I just can't handle the lines. And then we get 2 or 3, whatever. That's all fine with us. We're fine with all that stuff.
All part of the deal.
But the big guy, thank you for being on the air. Again, I thank everybody.
That's your pleasure, Glenn.
Yeah, I do. I try to do the best I can. And when things go wrong, you go, what are we going to do now? Well, we'll figure it out. Again, thank you so very much. I am Glenn Larry, K-Ghost Radio, the Glenn Larry Show on FM 101.3 M1610. We do thank you so very much. Again, Johnny, Big John, big guy. Thank you so much. God bless.